large cities. Those predominate. Same with New York, New England. Vermont, for instance, is controlled by Burlington. The rest of the state is solidly red, but we're controlled by Burlington. Same is true of Quebec, actually, our northern neighbors up in Canada. There's nothing that we can do about it. What we can do is pour out
so I'm watching the final election thing here. I don't know if it's been called yet, but you can see what they're saying the vote is.
Yeah, great force. Yeah, but the Republican gubernatorial candidates in New Hampshire tend to be like they tend to be rhinos. Look at Sununu, for example.
What, 10 minutes or something? So Trump's 214 and Kamala is like 190 something, and then the 179, damn, and the final tally, whoever gets 270, I think it's 270 wins. So, and then each state has its own, point system. Some states are worth more points.
I believe that Donald Trump will be declared the victor tonight. I predict that the left will not accept this defeat, and they'll talk about how it was influenced by the Russians and shit like that.
Yeah, it is gonna. If Trump wins, it's gonna get crazy.
I'd say New Mexico probably goes blue. Virginia, it's a 50-50 some chance. I can't give you any guidance on that. Nevada, we're not 100% sure on as well. The states that are out leaning red, I think at least half of them go red. North Carolina and Georgia specifically. Michigan is leaning pretty heavily towards Trump, but there's only 30% in, so we're not 100% sure. 62.8% in Wisconsin. Trump is out by 3 points. That's a comfortable lead. We're not 100% sure of the poll.
These guys
Minnesota, with only 13% actually in. Trump is ahead by about 100,000 ballots, but that could easily switch back the other way. In Pennsylvania, Donald Trump is ahead by about 150,000, and that's what 72% declared, by the way. And if he gets Pennsylvania, the race is all over. We're looking at a situation where Trump might clinch 300, actually, which is a crushing defeat for the Unipartists. I'm just not ready to predict that now. I predicted about, I think it was, 284, I think? Because I figured a couple of these states that leaned red but went to Biden in 2020 because of bullshit, I figured they would go to Trump. And so I said, I think 284. It could be more than that, though. I have to get these all. Jesus Christ, he's way above 300.
So these guys down here are going to be flipping their shit. These kind of guys right here.
For Kevin Hoyt.
Like Vax Daddy Vax Warp Speed. This guy, the human race is doomed. See, these guys are gonna lose their shit on BitChute. They're just gonna spiral, go into a downward spiral and start talking all kinds of nonsense, and it's gonna get crazy in that sense. I know, like all these people, these guys are gonna go nuts. When the whole time they're saying it doesn't matter either way.
Donald Trump is gonna be president again.
These guys are saying it doesn't matter either way. So when Trump wins, if he wins, which I think he's gonna, but I don't know. I don't want to jinx him.
All right, everyone, I'm gonna go offline. And my presumption is that Donald Trump probably has won re-election. We're looking at Pennsylvania. We're looking at Ohio.
Okay. So the results aren't in yet.
Other than the ones that have been called, he really has a really easy margin for victory. There is a very, very difficult margin of victory for his opponents. And so my assumption is that Donald Trump presumptively has been re-elected to the United States presidency. I will be back tomorrow. We will be analyzing anything that happens over the next 24 hours. But I have to get some sleep because, of course, a man does not live on napping alone. At some point, you got to go to sleep. So I will be back tomorrow, and probably with live streaming. And I assume that Donald Trump will have acceded to the presidency. That's about all. Peace out.
Yeah. So. I was kind of wondering if it was already over, but it's not, and I'm ready for it to be over, and if it's Kamala, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. Like my whole motive is not to own the libs or anything like that. Like I got lots of friends that are liberals, but we just don't talk about politics. I mean, if they ever wanted to talk to me about it, I'm totally open, but I'm, see, this is the difference between me and then a lot of common, I guess, seems like common people, is that I know the liberal playbook. Like, I know it. I know it, like, very, very thoroughly. So if I were to have a conversation with one of my liberal friends, if they wanted to talk to me about politics and ask me about what my thoughts are, I could very easily explain to where they couldn't argue against my rationale. You know, they would have to admit, yeah, I see what you're saying, and I think that's why they don't talk to me about it, because I know the liberal playbook like very, very well. I lived in California on and off for probably 25 years or more. I worked in social services in the capital of California for 10 fucking years. And I was one of the best in social services. I was, and of course, I didn't get any credit for it, and that was fine. I didn't want credit for it, but people that know me, they know these things about me, and they know that I'm honest, that I'm not going to be like trying to bullshit them or own them, because I don't want, I don't want anything bad to happen to my friends, I don't want any violence, friend. It's not about wishing a curse upon anybody. My whatever political views I have has nothing to do with like a malicious curse towards liberals or something. It's but the ideology itself is failed. It's a failed ideology, and it causes a lot of harm to a lot of people. And I've seen it on the firing lines. I worked on the firing lines. I've seen what that shit does, and I'm not saying that conservatism is a lot better. It's hardly better, but I'll take whatever I can get at this point. And I brought this up many times. Like Malcolm X said, that the liberals are more dangerous than the conservatives, not by much, but they are, and they're both dangerous, but the liberals are more dangerous. And I agree with Malcolm X, and so I'll take I'll minimize the harm however much I can. And if that means a vote for Trump is going to minimize harm to people in general, then I'm going to vote Trump. but like, again, like like I said, I've got friends that are liberals, and I've got really close friends that I love and stuff. And so it has nothing to do with I want to own the libs. That's the dumbest reason. All these people that were on the Trump train in 2016, and they're now turncoats, and they're calling Trump the vax daddy and all this. That's why they jumped on the Trump train in 2016, was because it was all about harm, and they just want a war. They want everything to be a video game about war, and stupid. They're just like immature people. They don't have level of maturity. And so like there's this big movement to try to sway those people's opinions, and it's worked very well. All those people fucking turncoats, like big time, and whatever. I don't care. They can do whatever they want. Like, I'm not telling them what to do, but if they're going to think that they're going to tell me what to do, and think they're going to coerce or force my view, they're not, because they don't know why. They don't know why I am convicted to what I am. They have no idea. And like I said, a lot of it has to do with, you live in California for 25 years, you feel the burn, and not the hippie ice cream, free healthcare for everyone burn. I'm talking about, you feel the fire. Like, it is no joke. There is real communism out there, and they are ruthless, and people can die, and they will not care at all. It's the not in my backyard. As long as they're not dying around them, they fucking kill them all. As long as it's not in my backyard, go ahead and just kill whoever. It's that ruthless in some of these communist areas in this country, man. A lot of people who haven't had to live in California for 25 years don't understand. And also, I worked in social services in the capital of California for 10 years, so I see there's evil. There's straight up evil in that. trafficking, youth trafficking, etc. It is a deep, dark, dark place. And, if somebody's living in California and they're just a hippie that's like rolling around in the dirt and blasting off on DMT, well, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't one of those people. I was out on the firing lines trying to help those most in need, la-di-da, and then that's when I saw the way the system works from behind the scenes, and it's all liberal. All that stuff's all liberal. Again, I'm not trying to put conservative on a pedestal. I reiterate over and over again, Malcolm X was right. They're both dangerous, and they'll both cannibalize you and me. But the liberals are more dangerous. They are. And that's just the way it is. And that's what I believe, based off of my experience and what I've seen. Yeah. So, anyways. So we'll see what happens.